Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video on the House Tower Defense 2 or TD2. And so pretty much we're going to go ahead and talk about curses, what they are, what they do, and how you can go ahead and pretty much get the coins to go ahead and roll them. Now, pretty much curses are going to be things that you can go ahead and place on your units. You guys can kind of see right here right off the bat that I already have a couple of them that have curses. This one has Nightmare, Devil's Pact. The majority of them have Devil's Pact for sure. And so just to go ahead and show you guys all the curses that are available, there's gonna be Brittle Bone, which is 18% to go ahead and get, Grim Fortune, which is 17, Crimson Hunger, which is 15%, Cryptic Breath, which is going to be 8. We also have Plague Bite, which is 8%, Shadow Veil, which is going to be 8%, Dread Pulse, which is 7, Fallen, which is 7% as well. So Tier, I think it is 4%, Hex Flame, which is 4, Devil's Pact, which is 3%, and Nightmare, which is 1%, and the hardest to get. Now, obviously, I'm not going to go read each one of them, but pretty much these do give boosts to your units, and obviously, I would suggest to try to go for Devil's Pact or Nightmare. Now, to go ahead and row one, you're going to go ahead and have to select on the one that you want to go ahead and row. So let's go ahead and just pick a random one. We're going to go ahead and pick the Hazmat guy. You're going to hit row once, and pretty much it'll go ahead and row for you, and you're going to go ahead and get a random one. Now, you also have the auto roll feature, which you could turn on, and you could filter it to whichever ones you want to go ahead and get. So I would be happy with Devil's Pact or Nightmare. And I'm going to go ahead and just click row until it goes ahead and stops on its own. And I'm not even going to press stop at all. And I'm going to have my hands away from my mouse so you guys can see how the auto row actually works. Now, another thing that there is to know is that it will require these Voodoo Tokens. And you can go ahead and purchase them for pretty much Robux right here. I'm going to go ahead and pause this real quickly. Another way that you could go ahead and get them is by getting your dailies done. Pretty much some of your dailies will go ahead and give you some. We have some right here on day 9. We had some on day 2, daily rewards. Another way you could go ahead and get them is by looking at your faction. I guess you could say faction web. Sometimes it will give you Voodoo Tokens, and it'll go ahead and display for how much you can go ahead and trade it in for your coins right here or points. And the most common way right now is by pretty much doing the floors. When you go ahead and face in the floors, you do have the opportunity to go ahead and potentially grab one, which is very, very nice. And depending on how many times you do the wave will dictate on how many times you would actually get more of them. Now, obviously, these are the 3 main ways right now since it's the start of the game. Later on, we might have more ways. Obviously, Endless isn't open yet because the game's still fairly new. But I do predict that maybe they'll be here on Endless as well. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Really do appreciate it. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Till then, take care.